This is a serious podcast. I have some notes for you. Get your fingers out of your mouth.
Right.
You can
Please tell me you're recording.
Yeah. No, I know, fine.
Your thumb is not a finger.
You're right.
It is a phalange, though.
And that might as well be the same thing.
It's a flaming what?
This one rattles.
Oh, it's like a maraca.
I was gonna go with the baby rattle.
Can we have some professionalism?
Baby rattles basically are maracas, aren't they?
Right.
Not my baby.
Did you ever play with a baby rattle?
I can't remember. I was a
I
baby.
couldn't tell you.
Right.
I feel attacked. I'm just asking.
Do you
questions.
remember playing with a baby rattle?
No, my earliest memory, I was at least I might have been 2. It was on my birthday because I was bobbing for apples.
I
And you
remember
just came to consciousness
No,
in the
no.
middle of the
When you
bobbing
were
apple.
2?
When I
No, he
might
was
have been
drowned.
2. I might have been 2. But that's my earliest memory. My first, oh shit. Really, when I think back, I come awake. It, ironically enough, is on my 4th birthday. I had so vividly just feel it. I was on the couch. I had slept on the couch because, in that house... What?
My first memory was waking up on the couch, too.
In that house that I lived in, my room got really cold. And I would tell my mom, I don't want to sleep in this room, it's cold. And I think the real reason is I didn't want to sleep next to Sarah.
Fair.
Even as baby, you were just like,
And I woke up in I had a little cowboy blanket.
"Aw,
That's
that's
cute.
adorable."
And I woke up, and that's my earliest memory. It was on my birthday. It was birthday morning, and I got a Batman toy.
Nice.
I
Animated
remember being
series.
4, I think.
Who the fuck asked?
And I was, welcome everybody!
I remember playing with the baby rattle.
Like yesterday?
Yes, actually.
Wow.
Doing a little age play.
No, I
Oh.
am around more children than you guys, and that's how I entertain babies.
Gotcha. So it wasn't really for you. You weren't. You were helping somebody else play with it.
Wait, I don't like that you're trying to entertain babies.
I mean,
What babies were you around, Chris?
My friends' kids.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Like
you have
your story.
permission to be around your friends' kids?
Yeah.
By who?
Even after
From the kids.
Welcome, everybody, to In the Buff.
Here
That's
we
the
are.
loudest he's going to be all year.
Today we've
Well, we
got
really needed to
your
change the
hosts,
subject.
Chris, we've got Cody, John, and Scott,
He
and
looked
the
at us.
ghosts of our pasts here today.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither. I just thought it'd be fun to say.
The only ghosts that
Okay.
truly exist are the ones of my past.
You can't really have future ghosts
Not with that attitude.
because they wouldn't be ghosts.
Some sort
Right.
of retro-causal ghost?
Maybe if a ghost came through a wormhole.
What if it just popped up and it's like, yo, I'm the ghost of your future. All right, bro, see you then.
Oh, what am I talking about? Of course, there's ghosts of Christmas, like Ghosts of Christmas Future.
Yeah.
No, well,
But
those are all made up.
Well,
It's a good point.
I've never
That
thought
theory
about this.
stands.
I've never thought about this. Why is he a ghost?
Who?
Ghosts are people who died, correct?
Yeah.
I think ghost is synonymous with spirit
right.
in this
Okay, all
context.
I think he's the angel of death.
Oh, you think?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he did show him the grave. At the
Yeah.
movies.
That
Easy
wasn't.
job for the Ghost of Christmas Present.
Right.
He just got to party.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, look at these fat assholes having fun without you, huh? You rich bastard. Anyway, here's the future guy.
How many Ghosts of Christmas Future are there? There'd have to
One
be
for each
one for.
person?
There'd have to be one for each future too.
Oh,
Well, you can
oh,
count.
so the Ghost of Christmas Future is for a specific future, not a person.
Oh, maybe he can pull double duty.
So then if that's the case, there's only one ghost of Christmas past. Because
'Cause
every second, every ghost of Christmas future except one is just getting obliterated.
Right.
And that's becoming the ghost of Christmas past.
That's why they call it the present, because today is a gift.
well, so does the Ghost of Christmas Present become the Ghost of Christmas Past? Because it says in the book that the Ghost of Christmas Present has like 850 brothers. seeming to imply that there's a ghost of Christmas present for every Christmas.
Do you think the whole idea for this
There's
when
only been 850 Christmases?
Well, the book is really old, John.
Like
do you think the premise of that whole
1850.
that whole thing was because he heard somebody say Christmas present and he's like, huh. Do you think it was like that?
I have to sneeze.
No, I don't think so.
I think it was. That's my head.
I haven't watched the Charles Dickens movie, so
Who?
I wouldn't know.
Charles Dickens. Welcome, everybody.
We already introduced
Oh,
the
sorry,
podcast.
sorry.
We
I
don't need
I
to
was
do
gonna say,
it
that's
again.
like our third cut of it. We're gonna get one from Cody, though.
He'll
Maybe at
never
the
do
end.
it.
Maybe. Could you imagine if it just at the end I'm like, welcome, goodbye?
Whose corner is it?
I don't know.
Great.
Oh,
I
it
guess
is-
we'll
is it
call it there
mine?
then.
I guess
Okay.
it's mine.
It is yours.
Right. You know what
It's
has
yours.
corners?
You.
Those boxes of Capri Sun has corners.
Okay.
And here's the thing about Capri Sun.
Presenting the thing.
Was this what you needed to do research on?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
They're a German company.
You had to do research that boxes have corners?
Yes.
Yeah, we had to make sure. He doesn't want to spread misinformation.
Exactly.
Can I get a citation for that?
I
What's your source? Can I get a
lose my
credible
mind
source?
if I saw a circular box.
It wouldn't
Have you
be a
guys
box
seen
then.
those like
Um,
shut the hell up. Have you guys seen those edible like bottle or edible water packets?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
No.
Squirts in your mouth.
I love that.
Anyways,
Dry
Capri
in here.
Suns.
Yeah, Capri Suns. They're German.
Okay.
They were founded. The Wikipedia page didn't give a year. It just said after World War II.
Okay, we were okay. They were safe.
Which makes me think that they were making juice drinks for the
You can't say that word.
bad Germans.
Drinks. Beverages.
Yeah, you can't say the word.
drinks.
You can't say
Oh,
juice.
We're gonna
drinks.
okay.
listen. It's the weirdest shit that demonetizes us.
Speaking of, quick tangent. So the last episode that we posted before this one got demonetized and immediately, like as soon as I put it up, I think our channel is just flagged
Yeah,
for something.
For sure.
That being said, it only does it when I post it, but when you posted
Oh.
it was fine. It did not get automatically
What have
demonetized.
you been doing?
What have you been searching?
Well, so the
You think
question.
the government's gonna protect you because you work for them?
None of this is relevant to the tangent. The tangent is I have to request a manual review to get it remonetized every time. And I wonder if maybe this is a blessing in disguise because maybe there is a human watching all of our content and he's like, hey, these guys are pretty funny.
Hell
Are we get a
yeah.
new subscriber?
Hell
He
yeah!
flags everything that you post, so he because he doesn't want to subscribe, but he wants to know when something new comes out.
What a roundabout way of
I
doing
want
that.
I want you to edit and post this one so that he can hear this whole conversation, or she, or they.
Why do I have to do that? Chris
'Cause
can edit.
Or
Fucking-
it.
Well, you just got to post it.
Okay. Oh, right.
I want
Because
them
it
to-
only
I
gets
want to make
demonetized
sure they
when I
get
post
it.
it.
That Scott sure says some inflammatory shit, huh? Probably should.
Why are we talking about German juice?
Okay, so like,
Is
so my brain works bad. Okay,
You don't say.
dude,
and
I struggled with that sentence, and you use small words.
so, for those who don't know, I'm dating someone,
Wow, rub it
and we went
He
bowling.
usually does.
Rub it out.
We went bowling.
Yeah.
Right, and we went to Capri Lanes.
Way to dox that. Now they know where you bowl.
Okay,
There's
continue.
there's
the
two
story.
locations.
What is that?
And I was like, Capri Lanes. That's weird.
Is
There-
that what started this whole thing? I know we keep
It is.
interrupting you.
It
Dude,
is.
you
it
went
is.
bowling and the name of the place was Capri Land. You're like, huh, corners, huh?
Yep. And so I was like, well, there's Capri Suns and there's the Capri Pants, right? So like, what? What is Capri? So I did some research.
You, me, and Capri.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
No, not
quite.
correct.
No.
That's not correct.
It's,
I'm pretty sure that's a porno.
No.
Oh, you're confident. So you searched.
It's yes. It's Yumi and Irene. It's
Yes,
that Owen
yes,
Wilson
of
movie.
course. Owen Wilson is great at that.
I thought it
movie,
was
dude.
you're being obscene.
That might be the porno.
Mm.
What the hell did I watch?
No, you guys are thinking of "Come On, Eileen." That's the porno.
I
always
hate you
when-
so much.
So Come On Eileen, I always think of that as a Beatles song, but it's not. It's by that band nobody remembers
Yeah.
because they were just a one-hit
No
wonder.
idea. Gun to my head. Capri.
Hey,
Huh?
what do you call a lady that only has one leg?
It's Eileen.
It's Eileen.
It's Eileen.
Oh, Ringo's
Oh.
got it. What was that even?
I think it's Family
I think that's it's Family Guy. It's the Strawberry
Yo,
Fields.
Ringo's
bit.
got it. Capri!
Jesus Christ. So I was
Maybe
like,
you shouldn't post this one.
Maybe nobody should post this one. Real quick. I have to bring this up. I feel kind of bad.
We keep interrupting Chris.
Well, it didn't just start with Chris. Last episode, you were trying to talk about bucket list. And I don't know if it was consciously or subconsciously, half the episode is me derailing the corner
I was
to
up
talk
for it.
about nonsense.
I was up for it.
you wanted talking about bucket lists to be on his bucket list, so you're
There
trying
was-
to postpone it as much as possible.
There was another one. I think it was the previous corner Scott had, where he kept asking me my opinion on things. I got cut off.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about this?
My opinion on every single subject got cut off immediately. And we're like, oh, you didn't get to say your thing. I'm like, it's fine.
Oh man.
Would you
Capri.
please just tell us what Capri means?
So here's the thing: we don't know what Capri means.
Great. Thanks for the podcast,
However-
everybody. Watching. Thanks for listening.
We believe that it is derived from the Greek word kapros, which means
The goat.
wild boar.
When
Oh,
you say we,
I thought Copros was goat.
No, that's
Like Capricorn.
no, that's cabra, which is Spanish for goat.
No, like Capricorn.
Yeah.
Copros, I believe, is Greek for poop, because that's where you get coprophilia.
It might be spelled differently, though.
It's pretty close, and who knows? You know,
Yeah.
they don't even use our alphabet.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's this island off the coast of Italy, near Naples,
Sardinia, Sicily.
Capri, the island of Capri.
I should have known.
I think that's how they pronounce it. Capri. Yeah, there we go.
That sounds a little bit racist.
I don't care.
Everything
Um,
in Italian sounds a little racist.
Especially when he uses his hands.
is that true?
Oh, buddy.
Hey, I'm here in Rome. I'm having a pizza.
Look at that. Look at that. Really
I mean,
going
I
for
feel
it.
like that was very
Whenever,
stereotyped.
yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem, John. Is anytime an Italian talks, they just sound like an offensive Italian stereotype.
Gabagool!
But he's
So-
from like Ireland or Scotland or something.
Yeah, you're from Ireland, right? You grew up there?
Right. So anyway, what I was saying, so
Please
the
don't.
island of Capri is separated into two halves.
I'm just watching your hands now.
One of them is the city of Capri, and the other half
Half
is
the island is a city?
Yes,
Small
and the other
island.
half is the city of Anacapri.
That sounds like the next Pokemon game.
So that means the island of Capri has two cities, one called Capri, which is named after the island, and the other one is named not Capri,
Still on the island.
still on the island. It's a classic vacation spot, is the thing.
I think I
Okay.
see where this is going.
So, it's tropical, it's fruity. What do people want to drink?
Juice.
Tropical fruit drinks,
Oh,
yes.
no, that's not where I thought it was
So-
going. Hang
So,
on.
some German guy, right after Germany split in two, and is
What a split it was.
he's like,
Was he on the good side or the bad side?
I don't know. He got to create
Great
a
research
company.
this episode.
I think capitalism won.
Dude, BMW was right in there making things.
I don't know. My assumption is that he was making he was making drinks during the war. Just like the whole Fanta thing,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Fanta thing. Somebody's gonna have to explain that one.
So they couldn't get cola syrup. German Coca-Cola company. So the German during World War II, and so because
You're doing
embargoes and things, and so the German Coca-Cola company had their scientists make a drink, and they were like, Germans, we like orange. That's a horrible accent. So
Well,
they
were
made
horrible
Fanta.
people.
I
So
can appreciate
Fanta
a
was
horrible
created.
accent.
Yep. So
Just
Fanta
about.
was created by World War II Germans.
Do you total departure? Do you think it's still true? I don't even know if it was true before, but it's something I've heard people say that no two countries that both have McDonald's have ever went to war.
I think that is just straight up McDonald's propaganda.
Yeah.
Didn't we bomb Japan?
Well, they didn't have McDonald's at the time.
Oh.
We gave
Did
the
you
McDonald's
seriously ask that as a question? As if you needed confirmation?
In the McDonald's part, because I know they have McDonald's.
Well, we
now.
know for a fact it's false if Russia and Ukraine has McDonald's. Do they?
I'm pretty sure that. Well, see, the
They
thing
do
is,
now.
they get
Never
around it. McDonald's says they get around it because they're like, well, we closed all the McDonald's in Russia.
Fuck you.
Oh.
Fuck you, gold.
So now
Rushes.
apparently it's retroactive, meaning that there are no McDonald's in Russia now,
No.
which means that there never were.
Wow.
So,
Like how they
Um,
just choose sides, or do they shut it down on both sides? To be fair.
so
Oh, that's interesting.
and real quick, Burger King, they're like, we don't care.
Yeah, why would you?
Apparently there's an open market now. Now that all the McDonald's are closed.
they have to come here. We're the only burger chain left.
It feels more sleazy to
Maybe
me.
during
that-
wartime, we're a monopoly.
it feels more sleazy to me to say, to try and spread that information that, like, oh yeah, McDonald's, we've never gone to war with two countries who have McDonald's. Like, that seems more skeevy to me.
Mhm.
That means they're the Burger Tyrant, not the Burger King.
Very good.
Six
I like to
Semper
call them the
Burger
King.
Tyrant.
I've always preferred to go to Burger Despot. Oh.
Like the home improvement store?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Going all over the place on this podcast, huh?
so
Going all over.
that's Capri Sun.
Glenn Borland was on Home Improvement. You know that?
When are we going to get to the corner?
We've been in it, John.
Oh,
We've been
God
in
damn
the
it.
corner. Turns out, the aluminum weird pouch that Capri Sun is sold in has been their original bottle ever since they came out.
I believe that.
Wow.
It's an
Which-
odd choice of words there.
Yeah,
Bottle?
pouch. You said pouch before, then you said bottle.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay.
You
No,
also-
you can't do this. You called it a bottle.
It's the packaging that it's
Just
sold in.
hey. Just call it a container. Just call it a container.
Bottle.
I wasn't back to. So anyway, so that's Capri Sun's story. Okay.
Capri pants.
Capri pants. It was another German. Germans love apparently vacationing on Capri.
It might be a similar situation to Minorca and Mallorca with England. For some reason, they go crazy about Minorca and
What was the
Mallorca.
third Capri thing?
Oh, coprophilia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because people on
People
Capri
like
eat their
eat
own
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to be like,
Thus Capri Sun.
people touch themselves to copper?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so Capri pants. There was another German. Her name is Sanja de Lenart.
Just doxer right here.
Is she still alive?
She is 103 years old.
Wow.
Oh, so she's an easy target.
He really did do his research for this one.
What? Somebody help me out here for real, because I'm an absolute moron. What are Capri pants exactly?
So your normal pants.
He's showing us his pants right now.
Your normal pants go to your ankle.
This is great. Can you lean in? Keep your leg up.
Yeah, keep your leg up and lean in.
There we go.
hold
Give
on.
me like an air guitar thing going on.
All right.
All right. Anyway, your normal trouser goes to that's the technical
What the
term.
fuck is wrong with your sock?
Shut up! I twisted it.
Why?
It's on upside
You
down.
look like a goddamn fucking Dr.
Okay,
Seuss character.
Hold on. Hold on, let me just fix it.
This train has
Let me just-
derailed like 8 times.
Fix
Why didn't you just
it.
go the other way? Why didn't you just
It wouldn't go the other way.
Thank you
Anyway,
for fixing that.
So your normal trouser pant goes to your ankle.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
The capri pant is shortcut, so it only comes to like
Mid calf.
mid calf.
Oh, dude, when the kids these days find out about that, they're gonna be all over.
You know,
They are coming back.
Me imagining
God
that
damn it,
just
they've
now,
learned.
my mind immediately went to Mrs. Incredible. I think she wears them like that.
She might.
Well, so in 1948, this fashion designer, this German fashion designer, Sanja, created the capri pant. Wasn't
He's out
called.
of breath.
I get it.
Shut up.
I'm out of breath with them.
They are named capris after her favorite vacation spot,
Which is
the island of Capri.
Gotcha.
So they just weren't wearing these mid calf pants on this tropical island on Capri, and that's where the name comes from.
she just named it after a place she likes to go.
Yep.
Wow.
It's cold in Germany. They're gonna get their ankles cold.
They were
Not that we're long
popularized.
Not there in Capri.
Mm.
They were popularized by Bunny Rogers,
What a name.
which is this French socialite, and also another fashion designer. He was like, Sanja, love your work. We're gonna make these huge. And so
Well, is he
Like
gay?
bigger pants?
Is he still alive?
that I didn't.
You
care
assume
about.
that Bunny Rogers was a man?
He is.
He said he.
I don't listen.
So they were like, "Hey, all you Hollywood starlets,
Start wearing capri pants.
look at these awesome pants." And so Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe,
Marilyn Monroe, Larry, and Curly.
Exactly. Marilyn Monroe always traveled with a pair. Audrey Hepburn became famous for wearing them.
That's why she was famous.
She made them famous by wearing them all the time. Anyway. So they've faded and they're on their way back up in popularity. They faded on and off. And especially in the 80s and 90s. No one liked capris. So those are capri pants. Then you have cigarettes.
Okay,
Th-
Capri
there's-
cigarette. I've never
they're-
heard of
yep.
this.
They're
It also comes in a bottle.
that's aluminum pouch.
What was your favorite flavor of Capri Sun?
There were flavors.
I think the one I always had was just called like Tropical Breeze or
I
something
thought-
like that.
I think mine was only like. Was there a grape flavor? Because that's the only one I can think
for
of.
sure. The grape flavor had the guy rock climbing on it.
Yeah, for sure. I know.
Oh, is that where you got inspired?
Picture.
No,
It
I
is,
hate
it is.
grape. The rock climbing came much later.
I think the Pacific Cooler is the best.
I'm
one.
gonna grape you in the
We got a new mascot. Grape soda.
I forgot about that. Jesus.
Mine,
Yeah, it
was,
was tropical something. That I drank it.
mine was wild cherry or lemonade.
What's the fucking deal with Sunny D, guys? Huh?
You know the weird thing is about Sunny D? There's so much salt in it
Yeah.
that it feels like it dehydrates you.
I know people have
That's the
definitely
point.
made this joke, but like for real, it's like, hey, what if we took orange juice and just like made it taste like cough syrup? That's what it tastes. I can't not taste that whenever I drink it. I say that like I drink it all the time.
I was about to say, when's the last time you had Sunny D?
Like
'Cause it's
4
been,
years
like-
ago.
I don't think it tastes like cough syrup, but it doesn't. It definitely feels like it has an astringency to it. It's
yeah.
like dry, like wine.
It's so.
Oh, that's
thick.
interesting. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Astringency?
No, dry.
Ye-
It's something I've
It
heard
just
people
makes
say.
you feel dry. in
Is
the
that what
mouth.
they say when people say like a wine is dry?
hmm
Mhm.
I had no idea.
It's hard for me to explain without you just having some wine, and I'm like, this is a dry wine.
And you
It's
know
the
I
way
will do
it's
that.
the
I'm
way
not
it's
cool
it's
enough.
more of a texture.
How often do you guys drink wine?
A couple times a month.
Chris?
When I have money.
Oh, okay. You can just stop there.
Yeah.
So-
I
Never.
hate wine, dude. I think, like, I've never had a wine that I liked.
Here's the thing about alcohol. I have realized,
The more you drink it, the more you get into it.
yes. To make a long story short, yes.
I mean, yeah, that worked with beer and whiskey, but, like, I've
It works
tried
with
wine
wine.
a couple of
It
times.
works with wine too.
Like, I've tried wine probably enough to
I
count on
think
two
you should
hands.
try being a wine guy.
No.
Like
That's
being
what I
that
did.
guy. Like, I gotta aerate it.
Yeah.
Like-
So that's what I did. No joke. That's what I did. I was like, you know what? Today I'm gonna get into wines. So I did all this research.
We find a Capri wine.
You seem exactly like this kind of
So I
person.
did a little bit of research.
What do you think I don't want to eat?
And then I just bought some bottles and I finished them. And then I like wine now.
Well, it feels very disingenuous when you do that kind of thing. Like it feels like you're sheeving it. You're sheeving it up. You're like, oh, I never knew his name was Sheev. What else did I not know about Star Wars without watching the motherfucking movies? Oh, guys, do you think Creamy Sheev like thought this way about a like? What the fuck, Chris? What are you talking about? Sheev? Who's Sheev? Making us Star Wars fans at the time feel like
Allegedly.
absolute assholes. What was like my point?
My point was I hope to get into whiskey later in life.
Oh, now whiskey. I can fuck with some whiskey.
See, I'm not there yet. I haven't drank enough whiskey, paradoxically, because I don't like it.
Interesting.
But my dad is really into whiskey, and he's always trying to get me to like whiskey. I was at his place the other day, and he tried to give me like a glass of like some top shelf, like $100 bottle of whiskey,
Good Lord.
a bourbon, and he's like, "Try this," and I'm like, "Tastes like whiskey, Dad." And then I just,
Well, was it smoky?
I can't. It didn't taste good. I didn't care for
Maybe
it.
it's like, I'm just guessing because I've never drank. Maybe it's kind of like spicy food, where who in their right fucking mind would eat something spicy at first and be like, that's good. But like now that I like spicy food because I've subjected myself to it, now I'm like, that's good.
Yeah,
But I wonder if it's similar.
I think it is because I used to hate beer. I like drinking beer now.
Interesting.
I actually enjoy the taste of some beers. Same thing with wine. I'm starting to win myself over on wine, and I think if I just drink more whiskey, I'll do better.
Did my advice help
What was your advice?
for the wine?
What was
No,
advice?
he asked what your advice was.
So we were talking over Discord, and he was like, "I'm trying to get into wine," and I'm like, "Let me tell you what I did."
Just say the advice, my
So-
guy. We already know all this.
I was like, "What flavor palettes do I currently have?" I'm a little fat girl. I like sweet things,
Mhm.
so I. In my research of wines, I found that aperitifs, which are wines that you're supposed to have before a meal to help the palate, help
I
you become hungry.
Hate
I-
you.
hate this dude.
I'm sorry, the French are fucking pretentious.
What did he just say? What was that?
The French.
Oh my
And
god.
dessert wines, which you're supposed to have with your dessert, both of those are sweet. So I was like,
He's talking
Awesome.
so much with his
so I
hands.
grabbed a couple of those.
He's Italian.
And then I was like, well, what foods do I like to eat? I like pizza. All right. So I
That's
Like
looked up.
lettuce.
So I looked up like wines to have with pizza, and it was like, you have dry red wines with red sauces.
And you
Okay.
have white wines with white sauces.
You also have white wines with fish.
Is there a reason? Is it just the culture?
It's supposed to be that the tastes complement each other. Is the point?
Red meat, red sauce, red wine, white meat, white sauce, white wine.
Yeah.
But like, what I'm asking is,
Bro, just give me some spicy wings and a fucking beer.
what I'm asking is, I don't know if I believe that they are complementary. It seems like it's a culture thing. Like, oh, that's
It
what
might
you're
be a
supposed to
cultural
do.
thing.
It's like a difference between a salad fork and a
Yeah.
dinner fork, or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
I couldn't tell you what they are.
Yeah,
It's most of it is just that. There's this whole history
I'm
behind
just guessing,
it
of course. I don't know.
and culture, and there's also a lot of gatekeeping.
Decorum.
Gatekeeping is a
Yeah,
great
there's
word.
a lot of gatekeeping behind it, right? Like all those videos about like how sommeliers are just wrong, right?
Are they?
Yeah, they make up everything.
I don't
And-
know
and
if they
that's-
do, man.
It's all
The-
because
the-
of the show of it.
Well, that's the thing. Okay. I'm going to push back a little bit on this.
Okay.
Unless the whole thing was just fake, which absolutely could be. There was that episode of Mythbusters where they tested that vodka guy, and they just literally refined, whatever the word is, like 12 different vodkas, and he put them in order for how many times they've been refined, from 12 to none.
Mm-hmm.
And he was absolutely correct. And he just went,
The way I think about it
and he's
is
got it.
it's kind of like some people just have better senses than other people. Some
Yeah.
people have better vision, some people have better hearing. It's like wearing a crappy pair of headphones versus a great pair of headphones. If you listen to music with a great, like expensive, high quality pair of headphones, you just hear more music.
Yeah.
And that's why this episode's sponsored by
Raycon. I don't know.
I think certain people just have better senses, and I think certain sommeliers just have a more refined taste and smell
right.
that they can literally perceive more in the wine than the common person.
There's this it has no bearing on anything because it's a video game, but it's one of my favorite parts in a video game. In the Blood and Wine DLC for Witcher 3, it's like a murder mystery, and the murderer left a note, but there was wine spilled on the note, and the royal sommelier was called, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I know what this is. Yep, yeah, it's this vintage." And it was just interesting that in that scenario, I wonder if something like that could ever happen in real life, where a person's that good at the smell of a thing.
I mean, I can smell like hard like liquors and alcohols and be able to tell like, that is Jim Beam, or this is Black Velvet.
I think that's more
But I
indicative
can't-
of your behavior, John.
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you like, oh, this is Gentleman Jack. Like
Mhm.
this is this type of Jack. I couldn't tell you something like that.
Like, I do agree. It is so hard to believe that, like, even in real life, sommeliers would be like, oh, there's earthy notes or whatever the fuck they say. And then they tell you the year the vintage was.
Mhm.
I don't know about that one.
I am going to push back on what I said just now
Mm.
because I'm.
You haven't
I
said
can see-
anything in a moment.
I can see both sides of everything I say. Exactly like what you're talking about. Like, I don't understand how certain people can taste different things
Yeah.
in alcohol. Like you said, people are talking about, oh, I'm getting notes of, like, especially in whiskey. People talk about, oh, I'm getting some, like, coffee and vanilla notes and a little bit of caramel. And I'm like, dude,
It's in a
It
barrel.
just tastes like booze.
Oh, real fast before we get too far off of this, if your dad wants somebody to drink alcohol with, I'm constantly fishing for his approval. So if you wanna just pull it my way, you know.
Wait, hold on. That's why he made fun of you.
Oh,
because
because you try
you were
too
trying
hard.
too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck do you think you are to tell me that?
He was the guy that my dad wasn't picking on at that party.
He's right. He's right.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't seeking his
And you
approval.
know what? I don't seek approval from any fathers.
Maybe your dad is a bit like a therapy dog. He
Maybe.
just
I
knew
couldn't tell you.
Chris needed it. He knew
Ah.
Chris needed a win.
Oh yeah.
And so,
maybe.
in order for him to have a win,
Now I have to take that L for the rest of my life.
He's gotta. Oh, he's so angry.
You've got my dad's number. You can call him. Ask
I don't
him.
know if I do anymore.
Oh, well.
Well,
Sorry.
that would look a little desperate if he was like,
I don't think I want to anymore. I
Can
think that
get
just
some. I
removed everything.
want some of your whiskey, bud.
Why do you make it sexual?
I don't know.
What
I don't
the
like it.
fuck, dude?
Is your dad DTF?
They're not talking about me. I don't have a dad.
Capri, huh?
Yeah, let's open this gate for me, Chris.
Capri
Do
cigarettes.
I have Capri cigarettes before dinner or after
That's a good
dinner
point.
with
That's
dessert?
And what containment procedure is
Is a
used?
Capri cigarette before sex or after sex?
Do you smoke after sex? I don't know. I've never looked. That's Austin Powers. Everybody loves it.
I don't know if this is true because I have no intention of going to France, but apparently some French... Could we just stop
Sorry.
coughing into the microphone?
They can't control
I
it.
turned that
They
way.
can't control it.
Apparently, some restaurants will actually serve their food with a cigarette for you to smoke
Really?
while you're eating it.
Really?
Apparently. I don't know if that's just a meme or if that's actually true.
That's
What an
certainly a stereotype that French people smoke.
Yeah, smoke a lot.
Yeah.
What an absurd thing to do. Like, smoking just completely ruins your palate. There's no way
I've
you'd
never
be able
done
to...
it.
Maybe that's why the French have the best food, because they can't actually taste their food.
No, that would make me think they would have the worst food because they would probably. It reminds me of why the fuck do I know
You know
this?
what? That probably means that they're the best at receiving feedback. Because they can't
Feedback?
taste their own food. So if like their customer's like, yo, this was trash, bro. They'll be like, oh, well, why was it trash? And then they explain it.
It's like Daredevil.
Just like Daredevil.
He can't see how hard he punches, so the criminal's like, dude, you just punched me really hard. He's like, oh, okay, I see you. All right.
He can hear how hard he's punching them,
They
though.
also give espresso to babies.
What the fuck was I saying? I don't know why I know this. It reminds me of the ghosts from Harry Potter. How they
Well,
have
they
those
murder?
like they don't
Nearly
Eat.
has this in it.
anymore. So they have those feasts like in the basement where they have just a bunch of rotting food because that's the closest they can get to tasting something.
Hmm.
And I
It's
bet
got to be very pungent.
I don't know. All I remember is that happened in the book, and
Yeah.
It would explain French cheese.
Oh,
Like Gruyere is so pungent.
I'm not a big fan
It
of
just
Gruyere.
smells like feet.
I don't know anything about cheese.
Yeah,
No, it was
yeah, I
that
didn't-
Camembert.
I wasn't a big fan of Gruyere.
I know like mozzarella, mozzarella,
That's all Italian shit.
cheddar,
We're back to Capri.
cheddar, American.
Yeah.
American
Swiss.
is actually French.
It's called American cheese though.
Yeah.
Where
Is that on
For
the
no reason.
Is that on the wiki page?
No. Okay. So here's the thing about American.
That's what this
cheese.
corner is about.
I'm just trying to find out about cigarettes, dog.
Napoleon.
You sell it or nah?
We sell it at my grocery store.
You sell Capri cigarettes?
Yeah.
Or do you sell
Wait, what?
Napoleon?
Yeah, that's a good question.
We sell little statues of Napoleon. We're very.
So it's not really
Wait, it's not
Napoleon.
the ice cream?
That's
No.
Neapolitan, you fucking dumbass.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Anyway.
You know the result of Neapolitan refers to Naples, which is in Italy.
Oh,
It all just comes back.
which is on the shores of the
Italy.
You're doing it.
yep.
Cosmopolitan was the drink that the bitch from Sex and the City drank all the time. Isn't that great?
Yeah. Naples is really close to Capri, is what I was
I
saying.
have to take your word for it.
Yeah, it's right off the coast.
Naples
The West Coast?
sounds similar to nipples.
Yes.
Thoughts?
I agree.
I'm just along for the ride, man.
Yeah. Cigarettes.
Look, I'm just really excited
Tell us
about.
about the cheese.
Right.
American cheese.
So Napoleon.
One thing at a time, Chris.
Napoleon!
We need to stay on focus.
Napoleon, needs to feed his massive army. Cheese doesn't keep very well on
It is
horse.
if you go to Russia.
So what they ended
You
up
keep
doing,
my favorite fucking food out your mouth.
Out of my favorite mouth.
Keep my favorite food out of my mouth. No.
No, I can't help you. I can't help you.
It's not up to me to stop you from eating your favorite food.
I'm not gonna lie.
You're eating string cheese right now.
I had an aspiration to just slap the shit out of myself.
Oh, wow. Napoleon. Huh?
so all these chefs and scientists were like, we can make cheese last on the ride. So they would because they realized
They put it in those little craft singles.
Yeah, if you just wrap it in plastic,
Yeah.
it lasts a long time.
Let me tell you, craft singles didn't exist back then.
What did they put on their hamburgers?
Shocking, I know.
The tragedy.
So they would put them in mason jars
Uh-huh.
as just cheese dip, and they realized that if you heat it up, the milk solids and the milk fat separate, and so they added some chemicals to it and stuff, and so it kept it liquid instead of being a hard cheese. It was like this soft cheese liquid thing, and you could heat it up and it would stay together. And it was just like getting that to solidify into a block that leads to the American cheese that we know it.
I will say none of what you just described sounds
When-
like American cheese.
When
Well, that
When do they
includes
do
like
the chemi-
Velveeta and Kraft singles.
I don't consider that American. Is it American cheese?
Yes.
when
I
did they
figured
do the
Velveeta's mild
chemical
cheddar.
thing?
This is like early 1800s.
They've been putting chemicals in my fucking cheese since the 1800s.
That's what's turning you gay.
I did eat a lot of cheese growing up.
Yeah,
No wonder I only identify 2 fucking genders.
right.
Oh, it doesn't work.
No.
Wow.
Great.
You're so
So you're blaming
backwards.
cheese for you being ignorant?
You're so regressive, dude.
So is you getting canceled last week now?
We're going around the table. Cody's
I
next.
can't wait to see what Cody says.
Oh. Be prepared.
Boy, do I got
That's
something.
exactly what you're thinking.
we get to Chris. I don't care that you broke your elbow. Wow, Chris. Wow.
What a bigot.
Cigarettes.
Right.
Tell me about these cigarettes.
I
It's like we're just adding to the stack. It's just, we got to talk about the cigarettes before we get back to the
First in, last out.
Yeah.
It's like Magic the Gathering.
FIFO.
I just
Wait, Philo.
Yeah, that's better.
There we go.
I just need to know: are we getting back around to the pants?
Oh,
or are
fuck
we
no.
done with the pants?
I think we're done with the pants.
We're
I
done
think we're done with the pants.
We're done with the Capri Sun.
Are we done with the
We're
pants?
done with the pants.
I just want to listen to Toad again.
Oh, that's before we started recording. We were listening to, I guess the genre could be described as meme music.
Yeah.
Toad singing Chandelier.
I recommend it.
Waluigi
Up to a certain point.
singing Bohemian Rhapsody.
I still can't remember that song.
Take Me to Snurch.
Hmm.
That's another good
Would
one.
it be
I love that one.
Wowenian?
You're
Bohemian
doing too much.
Rhapsody.
Let the man cook.
You're doing too much, bro.
Yeah, probably.
Puff, puff,
I
pass.
didn't do any research on Capri cigarettes. I just noticed that today while I was at work,
Wow.
we sell Capri cigarettes. But I think it's but knowing what I know about Capri Sun and what I know about Capri pants, I can 98% am sure that Capri cigarettes are named that because of the vacation spot in Italy to make them seem more tropical and exotic
Well, that's
than
interesting.
they are.
I've literally never even heard of the island of Capri until you brought it up.
No. We're not rich, and we don't vacation in the Mediterranean.
You guys ever heard of a book called The Fetch?
No.
No?
I think it might be Scientologist propaganda.
Okay.
It's about a kid. It's actually a little bit cool. It's about a kid. It's and he's like reliving past lives. That's why I feel like it might be vaguely Scientologist, because that was a thing. In order to go clear, at least back in the day, you had to relive to unblock your thetans. You had to relive past traumas that your previous lives have went through, and it was so fucking stupid. L. Ron Hubbard had this whole episode of his life where he had a bum leg, and he's like, I got a blocked thetan. I was like in the middle of unblocking my thetans, and I got an arrow in the leg. And he just like took a long time. He clearly had something wrong with him.
Mhm.
And but his story was that in one of his past lives that he was regressing and working through, he had gotten an arrow in the leg. And it's something very similar happens in The Fetch. He's living through his past lives. Tulpas come up a lot in The Fetch. I don't know why we're not talking about this all the time. It's the most important thing I've ever heard.
What's a tulpa?
A tulpa's a thought form. It's a thought form creation from your mind, thought form. Like, it's kind of like an imaginary friend that you breathe life into.
Oh, nope. Okay, I remember this. This was too big brain for me back then, and it's still too big brain for me now. So
Right.
So here's
Yep.
the thing.
don't even try.
In my head, all of you are tulpas.
I'm
Well,
gonna
no.
pretend to
That's the
agree.
thing. If at the end of the movie it zooms out and you're in a mental institution, we are not tulpas. We are figments of your imagination.
Okay.
A tulpa is in mythology, like in the mythology of tulpas, they are real, but they are created from your mind.
Okay.
Like, Slender Man could theoretically be a
Oh,
tulpa in
so-
real life.
okay.
So like,
Because if a girl literally attacks and attempts to murder one of her friends in the name of Slender Man, I don't know what can make someone more real than that. An idea more real than someone literally trying to murder someone in their name.
because I'm a simple person, and I just
A fucking
find,
retard.
I
is what he's
find
gonna
things
say.
to I find things to equate this to the fish people from
Absolutely.
from
the
D&D.
Ukaloas or whatever.
Kuatoa.
Kuatoa.
They believe in something so much that it turns into an actual thing.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
very similar to that. I talked about this, I think, in our very first pilot episode there.
Yeah.
How Jeff the Talking Mongoose was from the Goblin universe, and that maybe entities from the Goblin universe are what create tulpas into reality, because it's like, I don't know what I'm talking about. This is just an interesting thing about, I guess. What if, like, my imaginary friend attracts some being from a different plane of reality, and then that being is attracted because I believe that the imaginary friend is real, and then it's like a feedback loop where I believe he is more real because the tulpa has now attached itself to my imaginary friend, which makes it more powerful, which makes it more real.
So okay, so the idea of throwing an idea into the universe and it becoming reality, or like chaos magic, are those also tulpa?
I mean, it's the same, no, but it's the same line of thinking.
Okay.
Like, people really do think that Men in Black were tulpas created by Aleister Crowley. When he, like, the Men in Black that, like, go talk to people about aliens.
Yeah.
Because it seems like none of it's real, but it seems like their goal, if they're real, is to frighten people into not talking about UFOs, and that's it. Not like to suppress information, to literally just make people scared. And that's a very ultra terrestrial thing to do.
Have you guys been keeping up with all this recent UFO?
Oh, you fucking know I have, dude. You know I have.
Okay,
Thoughts?
that's cool. For the people who haven't been,
We are in this period over the last, like, I'll say 5 years. We've been in this weird stretchy period of, like, soft disclosure where
All
the
of this-
government is
I was gonna say a stupid joke.
the government is, like, kind of sort of flirting with the idea of telling the people, capital
dangling
TP,
a fish hook.
just being like, maybe we've been talking to aliens for a long time. and
Yeah, you want to buy some death sticks?
the reason people are starting to take it more seriously, even I'm not. Like, I think, if anything, if aliens are involved at all, here's my pet theory. First off, apparently they keep coming to this planet and crashing, right? Why? They're aliens. Why would they be crashing? Well, great. That's awesome.
Like on a couch.
My pet theory is, if there are craft coming from outside of our solar system and crashing on Earth, it is because they're probes or something that have been traveling through the space for millennia, longer than we can even imagine. And that's why they're crashing, because they've just been up there for that long. And they get here, something fails catastrophically, and they crash. But, dude, did you see that shit with the Peruvian mummies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
Come on.
what are we talking about? And then the thing that really gets me is that Peru, I see that, I'm like, that's fake as shit. There is no way that's a person. But they're like, no, these are alien mummies that we found. And Peru is like, bro, those are my mummies. How did you get my mummies? And they're like, and that is a legal battle I think is happening right now. But Peru is not saying, oh, no, those aren't fake mummies. Those are my mummies. And look up a picture of the Peruvian mummies right now, John. They look so fucking fake.
They look like paper mache.
Yeah. But I believe because of that hearing that happened to the Peruvian mummies, Mexico is now officially as far as I understand, the first government of the world to come out and say aliens are real.
Yep.
Which
is incredible.
Yeah.
That they would do that, presented this evidence.
I don't hear a lot of Mexican UFO stories.
There are some. Yep.
No.
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 Hold on. No.
Oh, the stupid joke I was gonna make was all this is coming out because of the drummer from Blink-182.
What's his
Travis
name?
Barker?
No. It's not the drummer.
Tom DeLonge.
Tom
Yeah,
DeLonge,
Tom
yeah.
DeLonge.
He was the guitar player,
Oh, right.
former guitar player. And
no,
then,
they're back. He's back.
oh, is he?
Tom's back, baby.
Apparently, they're doing a reunion tour.
They're also making new music. It's
Do you-
good stuff.
Would you want to go listen to Blink 182
Yes.
live? Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'd get over, because Blink 182 is a pop punk band. It's
Yes.
all about,
don't wanna
civil
waste
disobedience
my time.
and teenage angst.
Yeah. And they're like 40.
And that's also not Blink 182, but
Is
that's
it not?
fine.
That's Sum 41, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Yeah.
Sum 41.
Exactly. I don't want to listen to 47-year-old Mark Hoppus talk about how much of a teenage angst he has.
Were they called Sum 41 because their age together was 41 when they
I
made the band?
don't think so.
Maybe they were like a bunch of 90s.
You know, Blink 182, their original name, the 182 means nothing.
Yeah.
Apparently, they were just Blink when they started out, and then like this Irish punk band was like,
Oh.
"Hey, we're already named Blink.
Yeah,
you need
yeah.
to change
that's
your
the-
name."
That's the. Isn't that the. Maybe I'm wrong about this. That's Blur. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know if they're Irish. I think they were some other band. And they're like, "Hey, you need to change your name." And they changed it to Blink 182, and then they got way more popular than
Yeah,
Blink ever did.
I think it's a way better name. I don't know why.
Blink 182 sounds like an Xbox name.
Yeah.
It really does, but I will say, even it sounds better than Blink.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Anyway,
Speaking about the early 2000s pop punk scene, I was watching Digimon the movie
Oh.
recently,
Hell yeah, dude.
and
I'm Greymon now.
I'm
You can do whatever you want, big guy.
love that scene. We talked about that scene in the previous episode. We also talked about Omnimon. We talked about a lot of
We also
scenes.
talked about
Let's kick it off.
Yep.
Da, 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 da.
But a scene that we didn't talk about, which I think deserves a bit of recognition, is the scene after their Digimon get slowed down by all the emails. I swear this is the actual plot of the movie if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
You've got mail.
But so War Greymon and Meligarurumon get slowed down, and then they have to leave and stop fighting Diaburomon. And then Izzy redirects all the email traffic, and there's the scene where they upgrade from dial-up to fiber, basically, and they're flying down that orange tunnel,
Yeah.
and it's like, never stopping, never stop, and they're going so fast down this tunnel, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is so
They had
cool.
like the overhead screens talking to them like every like 2 seconds, and I'm like, just have the screen go with you.
Yep. And like that scene just hyped you up for the rematch between War Greymon and Melgarurumon and Diaburomon, and then even with the speed upgrade, they still get their shit pushed in.
There was probably one of my favorite like internet just flash games of all time, where you were Tentamon,
Mm-hmm.
and
You talked about
you were going down that tunnel, and it was just like a shooter. You could swing around the whole circle, and you had to like dodge obstacles and whatever. And it was probably one of my favorite free flash games I ever had. I only got to play it like twice, but
It left that much.
wherever you went,
Flash
tunnel,
is dead.
Tunnel Tentamon flash game, you were it.
But a lot of people are like just. It's like a Flash equivalent thing that you have to install yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not smart enough.
It's just like a compressed file.
You fucking brag about it.
But the thing that I really do, it's kind of the reason I love certain anime, is because it's just pure id. Like, I get to just see, it's the power fantasy of Goku going Super Saiyan, screaming as loud as he can, and then I'm like, bro, Frieza ain't got no chance. Frieza don't got no chance. My boy Goku's about to beat his shit in.
Yeah.
And I just love to see that. Oh, my boy Goku's about to surf a Kamehameha and blast that man in the face with his own Kamehameha.
It's like it's the unironic. Boys will look at this and just say, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah. That's what JJK is. Jujutsu Kaisen. It is full id, especially in the
It's just
second
bros
season.
being
I am
dudes.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I'm one episode away from finishing season 1.
There is a
And-
movie, a canon movie you might want to watch. It's also just badass,
Okay.
but they do reference it a lot in the first season, even.
Oh.
Regardless, it's great. I highly recommend it if you like anime. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Did you guys like Gundam?
I never watched it.
I've tried to get into it. I a few years ago I watched the first season, and Iron Blooded Orphans is incredible.
Yeah.
Everybody agrees that Iron Blooded Orphans is incredible. But I had a hard time getting through the first season because it just feels very dated. Like the main bad guy's name is Char. What a stupid name.
Recently, Gundam Seed finally got its movie. This
Cool.
like December, and it like destroyed Japan's box office.
Yeah.
In a good way?
Do you know how they say box office in Japan?
No.
The box office.
Wow.
Right.
Great.
Not racist. That's literally
Um,
truth.
You want to hear
It's like
how
hamburger.
you want to hear how stupid and gullible I was when I was a kid?
Yeah.
In like
As
third
a kid.
or fourth grade, I've gotten slightly better. Oh wow. Okay, guys. Man,
I'm three.
Chris keeps winning
Three
today, huh?
jokes.
I mean, no, I'm not going to call that a joke. You just like razzed on your best friend there. I
Alright.
think that's pretty hardcore. I don't know
you
why.
guys do that to me.
Hey, hey. That's
His best friend.
Best friend.
His best friend.
I'm backing out, bud. No, but in like third or fourth grade, there was this kid that got off at the same bus stop as me.
Mm-hmm.
And
He used to kick his dog.
we no, but he would talk to me about Gundams. I didn't know anything about the show really. I just knew what the main character, the main Gundam, looked like, and he would name.
Unicorn Gundam?
Yeah. Huh?
No, he's talking about like
The one that had like the gold V thing going on.
Oh.
I,
The V
dude,
Gundam?
It had like the blue chest.
little boy
Red
Scott
white arms,
would be so
yeah.
mad at me because it's like RC176 or something like that.
But he was telling, like, he told me that his grandpa or somebody was like crazy rich or something, and he was like, yeah, I got him behind my house. And I'm like, dude, they're
Like
a
real
1,000
life Gundams.
I'm like, they're like a fucking mile tall. He's like, no, really, I got them. I got the guy Gundam and I got the girl Gundam laying on top of each other. And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't know there was a girl Gundam.
That's
I
how they
didn't
make
think could
babies,
have-
John.
I didn't. He's like, well, it was piloted by a girl. I'm like, oh, okay. And like, get off the bus stop. And like, I start walking my direction home. And then he goes off to a friend's house and I stop and I'm like, I look back. And I just like, as soon as he's out of sight, I just like go back behind his house, look, nothing's there.
Gundams here.
And I'm like, I fucking knew it.
At least you investigated and didn't assume.
What do you think is the quintessential mecha anime? Gundam, Evangelion, Pacific Rim, or Real Steel starring Hugh Jackman?
Real
I,
Steel.
I really want to say no. Fuck you. I really want to say Real Steel. Genuinely,
Transformers?
that's not an anime,
And they're not mecha.
and they're not
Sure.
mech. People don't pilot
Yeah.
them.
They're their own beings.
Get fucked.
I've seen Shia LaBeouf drive a car.
That's a good point.
Oh,
Is a car a mech?
Cars
It
are
kind of is.
I've never considered this.
Construction.
I actually weirdly have a lot to talk about with this though. You
construction
did
equipment-
not mention Gurren Lagann.
I didn't.
I have a weird amount to talk, like, because with, I think, don't quote me on this, I think Evangelion is a direct response to Gundam. Because Gundam is this 14-year-old kid who's given the power of an unstoppable killing machine, right? And like, only he can be the one who pilots it. And Evangelion is like a deconstruction of that, where what if a 14-year-old was the only one who could pilot a gigantic god-killing mech? And what would really happen in that scenario, and how brutal and nasty it is, and how he's like going through puberty and jerks off in a comatose girl.
Excuse me?
Weird scene.
Yeah, there's some.
What is the first mecha anime? Is it Gundam?
Surely not, but I have no idea.
Just Transformers.
Whereas
This is a 1980s cartoon.
Whereas Gurren Lagann is like full-on parody in response to Evangelion and Gundam, I feel.
Yeah.
Where Gurren Lagann is like, lids off the motherfucker. Yet at the same time, it's so much more personal and real to me. Like, they have this theme of spirals and how everything's a drilling through, and like that's drills are like a metaphor for progress,
Drills are what I
constantly
breathe.
moving forward in a spiral.
They're like
Drills
heads.
are what I breathe.
There are heads, and they bang into each other.
You're looking at the symbol. Like I'm saying, like this, it's just a really good idea that they ran with, where they zoom out and the galaxy is just a spiral galaxy, a big drill going through the universe.
And then Logan throws
Yeah.
the galaxy.
Literally, like, it is just full-on parody where Gurren Lagann starts throwing shuriken galaxies at the bad guy. Because it's that big, where it starts with, it's just a little head, he's a cute little head that you can get inside of. Then that one drills onto the top of another mech who didn't have a head, apparently, and they can control that mech. That's Gurren Lagann for the most of the series. But then that one can turn into a bigger drill and get attached to a big ship. And then that ship goes into space and turns into an even fucking huger drill. And that drill, like, attaches to the fucking moon, which is a big robot. And then the robot moon is just bigger and bigger. And it's just full parody. Like, they realize how absurd it's getting. And I really love Gurren Lagann. Huge titties in that show, too.
Oh my god.
Power Rangers might be the first mega
Oh.
anime.
That's
Weren't
not an
Power
anime.
Rangers an anime?
Oh, that's right. It's live action.
Yes.
My bad.
Super Sentai's not.
Did you guys ever watch, like, Ultraman or anything like that growing up? I know we had a
I've seen
channel.
One Punch Man.
No, Ultraman. It was like, it was like, it was like pretty much a TV version of what Godzilla was, and instead of Godzilla, it was a big robot guy.
Yeah.
Old school Godzilla was the best.
Hell yeah. Great music. Bum, 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 bum. Love it. Still love Godzilla. Really do, because I'm a fucking worthless nerd. But, what are we talking about?
Well, we have been talking about Kotukatsu.
Wine. Do we already complete wine?
Did we finish wine?
Was it wine?
We finished wine.
Did we finish Capri Suns?
We've been done with Capri.
Did we finish cigarettes?
Yep.
I think cigarettes were just an off.
Hold on a second. I think we
credit
skipped
statement.
over aliens.
We
Oh, we
did.
did.
You couldn't
Yep.
find that picture
Well,
of the
we
Peruvian.
mentioned.
No, I did.
showed
I
it.
showed it to him.
We
I
did
showed
mention them again during Evangelion.
We did?
Yep. Well, that's the main bad guy.
I never mentioned the aliens.
I
Oh,
talked
mention
about
the
a
aliens.
friend's backyard.
There are aliens in Evangelion.
Oh shit! Really? Did they
Ki-
find
yeah,
them in
kind of.
Peru?
They're also kind of God, and they're also kind of devils. And they're also kind of maybe not really involved whatsoever with the giant robots.
Yeah.
But the giant robot is also kind of Shinji's son.
And Shinji's an alien.
And Shinji is the 14-year-old.
Right.
Oh,
Well, that's a huge spoiler.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
That he's
it's not his
14?
son, it's his mom.
Right.
Which I guess we could have gotten by.
What?
With the-
so it's like he was being birded over and over again whenever he would get
You
out.
know, it's very interesting that you
Interesting.
do that,
Mm.
that you say that,
Is-
because there is a
it's
huge...
like a drill.
yes.
Grill's what I breathe.
It's a circle. It's a circle, and Senji Sephiroth.
No, it's a drill. Drilling
Oh, it's a
through.
drill.
No, that's Gurren
That's
Lagann,
Gurren-
not
oh,
Evangelion.
shit.
It's drilling through the story.
Did you just say Sephiroth?
Yes.
You think I'm that simple that I'm gonna get a fucking Final Fantasy VII reference? How about
you use Seamus? What's his name?
if you're gonna do circles, you're gonna do
name's
Spira's
Cloud.
Cycle of
Oh.
Death.
From 10.
Wait.
Luther?
Nope.
You know, spirals.
Alan.
Seymour.
Seymour.
Spirals and circles. You know what those are? Those are just two-dimensional representations of the actual thing, which are spheres, which are sphere grids, which are Final Fantasy X.
You in?
I thought you were gonna go with the Spiral of Death, but that works too.
Okay.
Right.
I
Okay.
guess.
I had something I wanted to say about Evangelion, but now it... Oh! Ano, I believe, is the creator.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
We'll say it is.
Yeah.
He put a lot of Christian imagery
Absolutely.
in Evangelion, and not because he was Christian or really even understood Christianity. He just thought it was rad.
Yeah, it is. Like that scene where the Evangelion is like floating and Shinji's screaming and it has the big wings. It's fucking striking as shit. I love that shit. Man, anime isn't. I love that era of animation with anime.
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop had it. Full Metal Alchemist to some degree.
I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't watch any anime or really care for it, but I'm willing to criticize it
Absolutely.
excessively. It feels like we're running out of ideas for anime.
I don't know. We've had a bit of a renaissance recently in the last several years.
That's kind of what I'm talking about, though, is anime then, meme format,
Yeah.
Right.
meme template here, anime then, you had, Gundam. It's just big robot that punches things.
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball.
Big monkey that punches things.
Yeah. But now it's like, I'm a sentient vending machine that's trying to learn how to love again. That's the title, not the premise.
Right, right. Dude,
What's that one anime, Chris?
that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah.
That
Like,
one's
at the
good.
very least, that one, I think, is being tongue-in-cheek with the title. Like,
Yeah.
I think.
I think
I honestly fell out of favor with that one.
I think that
What's
time I
going
got
on with your
reincarnated
hair?
as a slime was supposed to be a parody deconstruction of the isekai genre.
I don't know, man. It got too horny.
And then it became the isekai, the new isekai genre.
Kind of like how Gurren Lagann started out as a parody of mecha anime and then became a quintessential member of
Yeah.
the genre.
And then all the shows, all the isekai after it, just model it and don't understand what season 1 was trying to do.
I don't know,
And that
man.
includes
I don't have that much
the
faith
show
in
That's a
itself.
lot of faith.
I don't have that much faith in the show that it was that. Like, I'd say an isekai that's like I don't fucking know anything.
Don't we count our girls in a dungeon?
Excuse me?
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Like, there's a couple I can think of that are just really, they're really well made, but they're very, I don't know what words I use. They're a bit, touchy to talk about liking it, because, I mean, not really. I think plenty of people will recognize this is a well-made anime. One is called, like, Jobless Reincarnation, and the main character of that, it's an isekai, obviously.
Okay.
The main character of that, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, pedophile. Like, we are watching this man who is lusting after he's like reborn as a child in this new world, but he has the 30-year-old adult man mind. He is lusting after all of these peers as he is a child.
Mm-hmm.
So the opposite premise to Big.
That being said, it is so genuinely well
Big,
made.
the original anime, actually.
Wow. Wow. What was the name of that vending machine that turned him big?
The B.I.G.?
No. There was a machine. It was like a fortune-telling machine that turned him big.
Oh, it was that giant piano keyboard.
Like, yeah, absolutely.
Was
Who
that
was it that he danced with on that keyboard?
Some dude.
Bro, what are we talking
Tom
Big?
Hanks.
Was it Tom Hanks?
What are we
He
talking
danced
about?
with Tom Hanks.
No, Tom Hanks was big.
Yeah. He's the boy.
Was it not the other guy?
Huh?
The other guy, was he big? He was also big relative
But
to
he-
Tom Hanks.
No, they
Right.
were about the same size at that point.
That's a good point.
Right. Oh, the first mecha anime was 1972's Mazinger Z.
Did you just look it up?
Yes.
They had anime back in 1972?
They had anime before then because the first
Yeah,
anime,
they-
Astro Boy,
Yeah.
is way older.
I think
Which is also a little robot punching stuff.
Is that the first
Yeah.
anime?
Yes,
Are
that
you
is
sure?
the first anime.
Who's anime?
Isn't that
That's
Isn't that
Peter
Spider-Man's?
Parker. Yeah.
Fuck yeah! That's great.
Yeah!
Great high five.
Yeah, baby!
Incredible high five. Make no noise.
I love this ending with you guys. Hey, it's 2 a.m.
What? How deep are we?
We're hour 10.
Let's go home.
Yeah.
You need medicine. I need sleep.
And they can tell he needs
I need
medicine.
food.
They can tell.
You need food. It's 2 a.m.
I need food. I haven't eaten since goddamn.
So hungry.
I ate
I
at
got-
10,
you want the
9:30
rest of
p.m.
my baguette?
yesterday. It's been over 24 hours since I've eaten.
I'm sorry.
Give me food.
Next podcast episode, we can raid somebody's fridge.
I'm walking out the door. There we were.
Goodbye, everybody.
John, you're sweaty.
Peace, dog. Actually, I'm not.
I touched you before I said it. I mean, I didn't touch you before I said it.
You're sweaty and then touched you.